Hey everyone, Antique Photography here for episode 5, I believe. I'm not sure. But today I do not have my tripod with me, so it's going to be a little more moving. So, yeah. Anyways, today we have a camera with a story behind it, so not just I found it at a flea market or a store. A few years ago, when I was in Colorado, my uncle, he's an electrician, and he goes and renovates houses that are abandoned. And he knows I collect antiques and stuff like that, and he found this in the attic, and he gave it to me. So, yeah, that's basically the story behind the camera. Now, let's get right into it. Now, as you can see, we have a case with it, and let's take a look at this case, because it's actually in very good shape for its age. I mean, even, you can see that, you can definitely see that it's old. You know that it's old, but it's still fairly pliable. It's not, completely dry yet. And this is a Kodak No. 1A folding camera case from 1914. The camera is a different camera, but it fits in the case. And I did get the camera with the case, so that's how I'm going to keep it. Here we have the Eastman Kodak Company logo on the latch, which still works perfect. And we come around here, we can see all the stitching is still intact. And the only part where it's worn out is right here on both sides of the camera. Well, just in general, this strap, it's in good shape, but it's definitely seen better days. It has all the buckles on it and everything, and it is broken right here. So let's open this case and see the little treasure that's inside. And before I do, you can okay, come on. There we go. 1A Pocket Kodak Series 2, 1A Pocket Kodak Series 3, 1A Pocket Kodak, Eastman Kodak Company, Rochester, New York, patented March 3rd, 1914, made in USA. So this is a fairly old case, and we can see that it's still in very nice shape for its age. And the camera is a little worse for wear, unfortunately. This is a Kodak No. 2A folding cartridge premo that was manufactured between 1916 and 1926. And so we take a look around it. That's just a window that I put in there. It's just a piece of exposed 120 film. It didn't come with one of those in there, so I just put it in there for aesthetic purposes. And we can see right here it says use film number 116. And we have the handle right here, number 2A folding cartridge premo. The handle, it's pliable, but it's a little dry. I'm going to put some leather conditioner on it later. And there's not a lot of corrosion or really bad rust on it. You know, everything still works perfectly fine. And we have a tripod mount right here, and a tripod mount right there. And yeah, so let's open it up. And the way you open this camera is you just fold the latch out and then pull open the door. So here we can see the paint. It's got kind of like a weird marbly effect. I don't know if that's from the factory or it's supposed to be like that. Either way, I think it's really cool. I think it would have been neat if the whole camera was painted like that. So you can see all the original brass and black paint. It's in rather nice shape, and the chrome is still rather decent. And see if I can get it to focus. I did have to take a screw out because one of my other cameras from the same era its entire structural integrity depended on the screws on the front plate, and it was missing most of them, so had to sacrifice one off of this camera to keep that one from falling apart. But we do what we have to do to keep these things from disintegrating. Now to pull the camera out, you just grab on this little knob and then pull it until it clicks, and then the camera is all the way out. Now, the bellows, seen better days. All of the corners are worn down to the fabric, and they leak a lot of light, so they are unusable. The viewfinder does work sometimes. Yeah. And, yeah, the shutter does work on all the different settings. Come on. Stiff. At the 50th of a second. Tripod. And 1/100th of a second. Now this was the upgraded version from the standard number 2 folding cartridge Premo camera. This one had a different ball bearing shutter, and it had the 100th of a second, which the numbers 2 folding cartridge Premo didn't have. I also took another screw out of there. I just realized I forgot about that one. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing vital. It's just this front plate. So I'm not too worried about it. You can see number 2A folding cartridge Premo camera. You can see the serial numbers, patented January 18th, 1910 and January 7th, 1913. And it has a manual shutter release cable mount right there. And yeah, I did clean this camera up a little bit when I got it, so it's definitely not nearly as dusty as it was before. Alright, let's see, I'm going to do this. Okay, and I'll show you the inside of the camera. And I know it kind of looks like I'm handling this pretty rough, but realistically I'm not. Yeah, you can see where I put that piece there. So that film did come with this camera. Actually, it did come with a 120 roll. I went to get it developed, but it was an undeveloped roll of film. So I guess that kind of turned into that. And it's got all the original paint on the inside. It's not too worn in there. Then we have the back of the camera, which the bellows, they're pretty good on the inside. They're not dirty or anything. And then we could see all of the patent dates in the US. And in Canada, which is there is only one. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. And if you liked it, be sure to check out my other videos, because I can guarantee you'll like those. And I do kind of want to go more in depth on these cameras. I know I don't sometimes, but I just tell you what I know, and I try to do a little bit of research before I make a video and see if I can get all my information correct, which I do most of the time. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.